and he dominated wherever they were. And now he's going to be tethered to Phoenix.
The trouble is, the frustrating thing about Liquid,
they could make it work.
They can make it work.
Oh, it's
the caliber of players that Liquid have. They make stuff like this work.
Well, let's speak a little bit about how it might function. I think a lot of it is going to be based on the wall on the attacker's side, but Scream currently defending over by Yellow, double doors, not looking to get too aggressive early on. They have a lot of flashes to go for cheeky individual plays, but EDG have taken Nest away very early on.
Contained though, look. An attempt maybe to reclear, but it looks like they are aware of this deep mid push. Life is going to evacuate out of there. Quick dash to disengage, but the rest of the team nowhere in sight. At the same time, I think all that horse control being taken at the bottom of the map, that was Nevera. He goes down in the kill feed. You can see it there. He was watching for that A angle, and it's going to be a complete rotation from Liquid.
Scream. It's just absurd. He's got a sheriff on the pistol round as well.
They're not even getting into this. They're just skipping and hopping, just stuck in a choke point. Where's Life getting killed in the middle of all of this?
He had the lurk. He stayed in the exact same position and cut off Yampy on the rotate. That means that everybody else can try and go back over to B. But they've been spotted. Will they try to go back to A? Who knows?
What's going on here? I mean, mid-control gained. Dimis is going to try and cut them off an elbow here, but the spike is still... There's no... There's a decision being made. You're going to be dropping the spike here. Lonesome. Oh, you have to hit the shots, Dimisic.
Oh, that could have been the whole round right there. And meanwhile, they've got double lurks.
No way.
Double lurks.
Double lurks to contain all of this, and now just down to Dimisic. They know where he is. And just taking a fight. It's the right time, right place for it. Pistol round go.
Can't help but put my eyes on where Scream is playing, though. But once again, he's away from the action to start early.
What a shot from Yampy, man. Okay. He's going to get that 1 for 1. Was traded as well. He didn't manage to just rendezvous away back to safety. The dart's going to be dealt with. The front of the site. Control gained here for Edward Gaming. Should be able to get that spike planted. Gotta be worried about this one, though. Even still, with Liquid, you never know when they'll rip your head off with a sheriff bullet.
And in fact, Kankan going down means that Screamer's got the flank going here.
Yep. Making his way all the way through into cave, and timing again so important for him. He needs to be able to find these good clean shots. It was watched, and that's a flick of the wrist. Still, is it going to be that double face? You can see the Gaming players. They want to try and take the fight. How long eventually will man up a little bit. The minerals are there, but again, there's just a lot of damage being dealt, and still the Vera just trying to save away his life. Dimisic looks to try and take away a couple of guns, but inevitably another round here for Edward Gaming. Was expensive for them though.
Spot right here with Scream dropping 29 kills on Jet though, not Phoenix. And so yeah, the buy actually coming out from EDG is expensive and not what Dimisic was expecting.
You just don't expect that. You don't expect that.
You've done so much economic damage to them round 2.
Why would you buy an offer?
Why would they have an offer and a Vandal?
Yampy with a spray down now. He's going to punish that cloud burst. A ton of damage in the mix of things. That's Solkas again, just trying to lock it down. He's being lit up by that recon dart. A lot of damage being done. Nobody onto 17 health, and still he's just rattling it off one after the other with the help of his team. Just down to nobody. And he is far too weak, surely, to get too much more done.
Spotted out the positioning of Scream there, actually. Dodges the hot hands. The spike, though, is just down at double door here.
Horrible situation and position for it. That's Nevera just taking the fight with a classic.
Expected them to be playing for that, but they're not at all.
I mean, they've just opted to buy into this one.
Yeah, and
he's using his headhunter bullet.
Yeah, he's got the headhunter, a couple of kills online to get the tour de force out. They're still going to be dangerous.
That same approach that we saw on the initial round. Cloudburst to cut across. This time, though, Life is going to be taking space into tunnel. He is in a really dangerous position. He's going to get spammed. One shot does connect. Brought down to 55 health.
It's a huge amount of damage, but honestly, lucky to get away with his life there. No pun intended.
Shots are feeling crispy. Don't want to be on the receiving end of Team Liquid right now.
Nevera saving his wall as well, choosing not to play it at the beginning of the round. Maybe looking to use it for retakes, but you would imagine that the Phoenix flash through the Viper wall would be a key component of how they're defending B, but it just simply isn't. EDG are slowing the game down so much here. There is 40 seconds left. Their spike is committed. This is a fake onto A.
Only one player tagged with the knife. I don't think it's going to be enough to pull players to Team Liquid to rotate. That was the goal of Edward Gaming, but no one's taken base. In fact, the jumping in Navera knows exactly where they are. He's putting up his own Viper order. He's going to be stopping them, and then trapped out on for solo. There's 20 seconds left. How long? He went down to the molly, man.
An indecision is killing Edward Gaming right now.
It's being picked apart. At what point do you just call it here? Scream wants to try and take the fight. Why not? Buckets of confidence still wrap around, but there's no time to even get the spike in a position to make it a winnable round.
And this has got to be one of the most bizarre Breeze games I've ever seen.
All over the place.
EDG just can't find an opening, but they're not.
Yeah, he's got to run it back now.
You want to
It is an
play?
aggressive play over towards the orb, making sure that they fight over this one. Yampy
There goes the tour de force.
got that line of sight angle locked. Still wants to try and hold this down. 2 flashes, that's all it will take. Hard to dodge that one. There was an attempt here from Life. Players have worked their way into the A site, but again, it is being contained.
A perfect read from Team Liquid as well. Knowing that EDG were likely to play for the ult orb at A, they play it aggressively, and Dimasic's going to finish off the final player from EDG for another extremely clean.
Get out of my way!
Does still have it. Also, you can see that buy coming through. Life does have the Blade Storm, so he's going to be able to help the rest of his team. That's a Trailblazer being used. It's down super early.
Scream might look to try and ult in and trap these players in elbow. But actually, no, now his help is removed. Dimasic moving away from that nest position.
I am so confused at this. Edward Gamer, what is the play really there to try and contact him when you know they have an operator?
Yeah, it's kind of madness. The way in which EDG are using their Viper Wall just allows these A players to chill.
Just get all the way in, and there's an instant trade. I mean, Scream, he offloads the ult, but he's going to be safe and sound. Obviously, returns back. He's got that armor as well on top of it.
Yeah, the Phoenix ult much buffed recently, and Nivera trading out his brother perfectly there.
I am just bewildered, I think, at this approach, because it's so obvious which direction the Edward Gaming players are coming from. What do they have to try and push Yampy off of this angle? I mean, Slowgrass is having a field day right now. Players just wandering into his field of vision. 30 seconds remaining. You've got 2 rifles. You bought into this one. It has to be a save, right?
It does,
30 seconds left.
And this is a flawed game plan or a crumbling IGL performance here from Edward Gaming. If we want to talk a bit about how they're approaching the rounds, the Viper Wall that they're running as a default here from Shishu is good for A splits or hold splits into A.
Yeah.
And yet they are
10
not
seconds
A
left.
splitting or hold splitting.
No.
They are going up and taking mid control past their own Viper Wall and then trying to walk onto the A angles before their mid players have done anything. There's a massive problem with the coordination. And Edward Gaming have done a great job of getting here to start with. But we've seen 2 teams debuting for the first time here at Champions. One we've already had to send home this morning. EDG are going to be desperate not to suffer the same fate. But it is another very slow start to the round. This time, though, Shishu not committing the Viper Wall early for that mid kind of denial of information.
Yeah. And timing of the drone is going to be giving a bit of false information as well. Nothing's really spotted there.
Meanwhile, a flash out through the Viper's pit. Scream already with none in the round. But they've got good info. It's not a cave.
Hunter's Fury, that is going to latch onto at least one of the players. Yampy tries to take the shot. Life, he wins it out. It is incredibly weathered, I think, in terms of the way he was taking that duel. Not too easy at all. Now the shock darts to try and deny at least something, but that spike is still going to go down, and now you can see that post plant starting to get played now by Edward Gaming.
The fast flank here from Scream and Soulcast could be really good. It's a power position that they find themselves in. That's fine. Can gets the kill in the end, but he's not going to expect Scream.
Yeah. That guy's ready and waiting. A couple of shots, that's all it takes right now. They have to be aware of that choke bomb, but this is a crossfire setup that they've got through here. Scream shouldn't be able to get through easily enough, but that snake bite, it really does stop him in his tracks, and it is still the 2v4. Good flash catches onto Dimasic. His kills are making it look incredibly dangerous, but I think that the way that the spike is ticking, it should still be an easy one for Edward Gaming.
It should be too late, but extremely expensive. Scream seeing if he can grab anything towards the end of that, and just about manages to keep his Vandal and full on gives him an idea of how to progress.
That's quite good, because they've been doing a lot of plays like this. It's a lot of utility being dumped in the Trailblazer as well, but look, immediately dealt with, and Yampy, the Tour de Force, is perfectly happy to sit there. Safe and sound, teleports now back. Seekers come through, it's going to be an attempt on to the B side. They're going to be able to get the Viper's pit, so
This
Good
looks
setup
like
here.
a very good setup for EDG. Meanwhile, Kankan is deep in spawn, looking for that fast flank again. But this time it's not coming. This is a serious test of the post plans.
Yep, how are they going to be able to hold against this one? Life angle is just offset by Smith, but Soulcast is just running out into the open here.
He went fast before the Phoenix wall could come down.
Yeah.
Big mistake.
Drop to his knees. Would there be an opportunity for the res? It is being covered. The spray down. Haodong just playing close up to the wall. And what a play from the IGL. A flash play into the corner sets his team up once more. And they are evened up.
To test things now.
Maybe the goal for EDG is to try and make it a bit more simple. What an aggressive angle. The play from Yampi pushes straight down. Yeah, but a moment to find that shot into Haodong.
And you have to be fearful when Yampi's playing Chamber. Not something we saw in map 1, but he's been essentially playing Chamber perma ever since the start of LCQ, and he gets on every angle. He could be anywhere.
Oh, drone's going to get cancelled out. Look at all that utility as well. Liquid are really quite measured, I think, in their approach to try and push back this push.
I'm so close to being delivered a pick.
Yeah, the angle that he's watching, though. That's not ideal, Yampi.
Spike down.
Above the wall there onto yellow, and a flash peek from Soulcast. He knows what a second is. Make it a third. One after the other. The prime gaming floor. You don't base out the utility prior.
Halls for the first time from EDG.
This is new. This time you start to see that Viper wall that was being used earlier. The Shishu that does give them a way into Hall. They haven't actually used it to put it up at any point. Now you're going to see that Clabber's over the top. He is revealed.
Great recon.
Yeah, that's fantastic with that dart. Lights him up, Soulcast. This guy is unleashed right now. One after the other. The swings just immaculate. And the punishment once more is there. Not going to be... Now you're in round 11 here. The money obviously not good for every game. We're going to be going to this with the half buy. Is there going to be anything more creative? So far, we haven't seen anything too special.
Get out of my
When
way.
they do have these sheriffs in their hands, it's usually just looking for picks like it is now.
And this wall in every round is just getting countered by that trademark from Yampi anyway. Spot somebody over towards elbow.
Here's the running. Ooh, the shots.
But not quite there.
Just too late. Yeah, too late with the swing. There's another attempt to try and take this fight. There's a lot of damage being exchanged. Scream is willing to fight further. Wants to push it through. Knows he's in the corner. Bit of spam though. Does he know he's still there? Okay, flash. Turns away for about a moment. Oh, the kill is now starting to flow in a different direction.
And EDG have control of the B site. This has gathered so many people towards Halls, and they still can't take down Shishu. They've given up B.
Overeager there to try and take another fight, but he does get good information. He knows that the rest of these Liquid players are working their way into mid, into elbow. Life's going to again contain that. Over the top into the right click.
And finally, a thrifty round converted. Does not reflect that in the slightest.
Yeah, you're potentially looking at 6-6. Depends which way this one goes. Tons of ultimates online for Team Liquid, though. I do want to remind them, but this looks like, yeah, you're seeing the pace once more injected into it. There was no utility to push them back. This time the wall going to get dropped down there by Nivera for this post-plant retake. Running back going to be activated. Shut down though. Scream not going to be rewarded with any kills.
And no trade. Normally Team Liquid are very good at trading those. But they do catch life on the way out. And Kankan is incredibly weak. Hurt by the shock darts earlier in the round.
How are they playing this round? A lot of the players just...
It's just post-plant lineups.
Yeah, it's post-plant lineups is the name of the game here for EDG. This could really backfire, honestly. Depends how they play this one. A flash into the corner. And Liquid, just sublime. Taking space. Cool, calm, and collected. And the late lurk by Shishu is just way too late. You can't rely on a post-plant utility in that fashion.
If they do end up going home right here. On the pistol, you can see Team Liquid leaning towards B. Scream buying a wall on the pistol round with a frenzy. The wall is so good for this. This is exactly what you expect him to go for.
Stand up though in the trademark.
The trademark, the trailblazer, everything. For EDG, they need to shut down these pushes in the choke point. That is the counter to playing Phoenix. You need to fight the choke points. They can't dash, engage, and get past you and break your crossfires.
Look at this space that nobody has gained. He's made this play all the way into cave with the deep Viper wall, setting up with his teammate. He's going to be giving him a lot of mid-round information.
They'll be able to hear Dimisic there as well. but not necessarily where the Demon Seeker's left. And this is going to be a re-hit over towards B. Yampi spotted. So much comes down to this duel, but Yampi decides to evacuate.
Yeah, backs away. Another knife comes through in round 2 for this hit.
Oh no.
The B side playing inside the Viper Orb though. That's a frenzy in play. Liquid running up on top though with the kills. Is that 3v3?
30 seconds
They'll
left.
be able to get themselves into the site. No spike down yet though. No
Yampi's been spotted again. All nobody needs to do is distract here, and he'll get pinched from both sides, but Yampi aware to it again, choosing the non-risky option, conserving his life.
How do they want to take this player out? Just holding close to the wall. Yampi who's managed to find these fights, and he's isolated it down to that 1v1. Life still wins it out. Shushu's got to get a move on now. Needs to play with the rest of his team.
So far away.
He is super far away and so low as well. However,
Hey, how did he get that?
I don't know. Demistic falls and Life wins the shot anyway. 1 to the head with a ghost. That's all it takes.
What a round from EDG. What a retake. I have no idea how Shushu was able to get the frenzy kill from long range on a full...
The confidence and spirit has been high on the side of Edward Gaming the entire time, even despite the fact the desk was touching on it. They were compiling all the clips. Screaming back and forth between these two teams.
And look at how interesting that is. The orb not being loaded onto screen. You would expect, as Yinsi was talking about on the desk, that the Phoenix will be trying to farm up the ult orbs. Oh, Life getting headshot though by a Sheriff. Has to get out of there pretty quickly.
Gotta respect it. Has to back away. That's given a lot of space though now in mid because Nest isn't really being washed out.
They know exactly where Kankan is. Holding the same angle there is begging to be pre-fired. He's stuck around for a while, but eventually drops off.
Very measured approach to this half by Liquid. You look at the spike, it is in the middle of nowhere.
It reminds me of some of the EDG eco rounds. Oh, and Scream is so unfortunate not to get that one. Just clipped through a wall.
Damage done. By Porto, it's going to be stopping them in their tracks again. 40 seconds remaining. Options here for Liquid, honestly, especially with the way that they're grouping up. Definitely cut noise and re-hit now that this Viper was going down. Here's the timing they're looking for, but nobody's really clearing the corner. It's a wide swing from Navira. The trade is in play. They need to deal with these players at the back of stairs and the pyramid. Shushu wants to try and take the fight, but it looks like Liquid are barreling through just brute force at play. Despite the inferior weaponry, they are making it work.
Last player standing.
And Life incredibly weak. Damaged by a shot earlier on.
Remaining.
Nado's left down to 49 health. This is a round that they should never have lost. And Navira is the one who steals it.
A Team Liquid that they've done to finish off weak targets. And now the shoe is certainly on the other foot.
What a splash. Beautiful. Rendezvous is in play though, so Kankan is safe. Up close though. Timing being taken. That's just with the classic right click. A 1-for-1. I think Haodong will be happy with that one though. And Kankan's still in a position to do some significant damage. More than that, still alive.
2 bullets.
2 bullets. Sometimes that's all it takes for him. Re-clear it round the corner. That Scream just a bit of good movement, making sure that he finds his way around the side.
The shorty from nobody coming around to clear a trademark out, but he does pick up a Vandal.
Really precarious.
Could that be the difference maker?
Yeah, a tap at a spike. This is Liquid just trying to force out these fights and make it more favorable. Again, a frenzy from long range.
No way.
Wins out the fight. It is Togas holding close, but again, look where the spike is. Screamers at the back of the pillar. This time going to be committing to this one, but he's very scared, I think, of being repushed there just through tunnel.
Are we going to see back-to-back Thrifty rounds here? Does Chishu know the dark magic?
Scanning ahead.
It's absurd what he's done with the frenzy.
The accuracy, I mean, that
Here he comes again.
weapon just looks disgusting. A bit of run and gun, the trade. Good face there by Scream, making sure that they don't lose sight.
You've got to expect the null command to be used here.
Deep knife. Nice little orb there onto Scream. That puts him online with the ultimate. That's the running back ready.
Could we see Life go for a very fast flank here?
Bit of play, because right now you kind of just have to give up this site. Scream's already so deep. Nature of the ultimate is up and finds the space. Yampi was trying to get that lurk into Halls to try and pincer it back. One after the other. Phantom in his hands. Kankan just really doing some solid work here. But it's all about timing once more. Noise has been made. Life, he did reveal himself there, just running across the sand. Scream was aware. Can't quite find the kill, and it's a third in the play. Against the Kankan. Life catching onto Scream.
That's the rarest of Scream whiffs.
This Viper's Pit has to stay up though. It's everything for them, but a bit of run and gun. And the trade online, a 7th round for Edward Gaming.
And what a beautiful round it was for EDG. The null command comes out of Team Liquid, and with Kanka handled, but a spread approach.
Always dangerous with the rifles in their hands. But it is slow, it's spread, you know.
They're dangerous with anything.
Yeah.
And a delayed Viper's Pit 10 seconds in from Shishu. Just to give enough time, if it had been a fast B hit, for him not to waste the ultimate.
Life is content just to get a slight jiggle with the movement for information. There's a lot of space offered up here to Team Liquid. Of course, they're going to be taking it in mid. And it's the two players with the rifles in their hands, and you're starting to see them put to good use. What a way to open it up. Scream with the follow. And now, an attempt to try and take this A site. The Viper's Pit in the choke point does pose a problem, but might be content just to ignore this one. Another fight being taken. And this is just crumbling before their very eyes.
Another one of these rounds where EDG should absolutely be winning it. And Team Liquid work the map effectively and find picks. EDG with so many holes in their defense. And I just don't see a way for Shishu to be able to get this one.
No. Dimisic should be favored here. You see him? Okay.
View model problem.
Yeah. Just did not quite spot it. The flash around the corner, that is almost impossible to react to. The Scream will clean it up easily enough. Patience was trying to be played there, I suppose, by Howdon, but yeah.
Don't worry, you weren't winning the round anyway.
Okay.
But that is diabolical. That's 2 rounds in this second half where EDG should have been favored to win cleanly, and they fumbled the bag.
It's just been up and down, but still Team Liquid have held on to this lead in this map. And this is the only map they really need now.
EDG are taking a timeout, and just before we disappear, look at the economy there.
Yeah.
I think they have to invest. They might be taking a timeout to talk about it. Last time they could have forced bought. They took a timeout, and they decided not to. They're approaching round 18 here, and just for everybody at home, they have Bladestorm, they have the Tour de Force available as well, and then they can get rifles on the other 3 players. I mean, choosing to allow Liquid to go up to 11, I think, would be
it's a backbreaker, I think.
It would be. It would be. Either way it goes, this next round is going to be pivotal.
Yeah. We haven't seen anything too crazy as well from Liquid on their attack side. It hasn't needed to be.
They've basically got one interesting idea so far with the Phoenix, which is using the wall to be able to get out into the B site. Yeah. And it's countered quite easily, I think, by using the Trailblazer, trying to fight close to the choke point, and stopping the Phoenix from actually getting out past the wall. So far, the Phoenix, I would argue, isn't really the difference maker. The difference maker is how much better Team Liquid have been at being able to take map control and squeeze EDG into uncomfortable positions. Liquid end up taking much better fights that favor them. And as I said, I think it was necessary for EDG to force buy here. They have 2 big ultimates online. No null command available for Soulcast. This round could decide everything.
A dart in mid means that Life's going to be taking a lot of room. Pushing right up to the pillar. To the Bladestorm, but it's that slow spread default on the attack side by Team Liquid. They don't want to give any edge. They don't want to give over any opportunities for duels to be taken.
But crucially this time, there is no possibility for EDG to hold the choke point at B. They've got to play a more passive approach to the B site, which is going to allow Scream in. So this is where the Phoenix should be able to get a very clean entry into the site if they do commit to B.
Well, how long? He's got his Trailblazer all the way through. They have to have a read now that this is surely coming on to B. With the wall dropped up, there are no players really in position other than Shishu. Shishu's got to hold this down, got to anchor it. The knife in play, I believe that does tag as well. So all the Viper utility that would have been stopping them in their tracks is gone down. But there's no attempt by Team Liquid to try and push through this. In fact, now the Hunter's Fury offloaded to try and push back into the corner. Every single shot just offloaded.
That is not where Shishu is playing.
This is so slow.
And everything's on Yampy!
Yeah, you can feel and hear all the footsteps, but it is shut down. Yampy in mid, not able to get that done. Foot flash play around the corner. Soulcast, he is favored. Set himself up for that kill.
And the flashes have been working. Now it's down to Howdong.
A little bit all over the place. He hears the footsteps though, right in front of him. Straight transfer, one after the other. He's done his job now with 10 seconds remaining. Life's managed to work his way across as well.
Down A.
There is time, but not anymore.
That plan is not going to be able to be secured.
Yeah.
It is the
enemy
round
remaining.
for EDG.
They didn't really take too much space off of it.
They couldn't take space,
Yeah.
and that is where the jet would be so beneficial.
You think about a jet in that scenario.
Just a quick dash engage, you get over the top of all of the Viper utility, and you make space for your team. But now, Scream is going to make space for his team with the ultimate.
This is what you're starting to see in play, but no, it's been watched for.
And nobody can follow him either
Nobody
because
can
they're
follow.
defending the choke point. I love this adaptation from EDG. They are punishing the Phoenix pick here.
A lot of utility again exchange. You can see the shock darts to try and punish the damage that was done onto Life prior, but it's Liquid who have to go back to the drawing board in this round. Still a minute left, plenty of time.
It's a minute, though, where nobody still has his Hunter's Fury online. And that Silver ultimate could be devastating. If Team Liquid let the clock drop down too low, it's amazing for denying plants or stopping sight hits from coming through. Here comes the re-hit.
Yep. They've still got the Viper Orb, they've still got the weaponry, and that's the spray down of a lifetime. 3 in a round, and of course you're going to be watching the flanks. You know that late lurk is coming. And we're gaming slowly, just by taking that space.
So now the question is, are they going to attempt that? We're starting here on an eco round for Team Liquid. EDG, they are favored to tie this one up at 10 to 10, but the last couple of times EDG have had an anti-eco, it's not gone well. It's a great start taking out Yampi.
Yeah, if there was a player to do it, Yampi would have been one of them on the chamber. Fight. Oh, Life wants to take the fight. Gotta have confidence, I think, when you're playing on the global stage. Elimination. Just swinging out. Free-spirited gameplay.
The tag there. Thankfully has a big old concrete pillar to hide behind. And Nevera's the player with the Vandal. Oh, and he was looking to try and get a lurk timing in behind his Viper wall, but he ends up getting picked off. And that entire lurk was stopped by nobody's recon dart. Great utility usage out there.
Enemy remaining.
And Life's starting to get the confidence flowing now, isn't he?
Yeah, certainly. Give Scream a freebie though, but instant answer. Back 10-10, B in the score.
Backed up towards B. Those hits have not been working. Is this a B fake? Aiming to go somewhere else?
They do have the null command in their back pocket. Would increase the likelihood of it doing well, but what a timing to take with Life.
Exactly as Scream was getting to the corner, trying to pull out his flash.
And it's so important to make sure you take just the right timing with that. Quirky enough that you catch players with the utility in their hands.
A little later, and you've got a flash straight into your eyes. Oh, nobody just about escaping there.
And this is a buy round that is absolutely crumbling before the eyes of Team Liquid. Here in Yampi, last 2 players left standing.
And remember that stat that Ryan showed you at the beginning of this match? When Scream dies early on, only a 30% chance of victory. And I think the entire game plan fell to pieces there for Liquid. They took a timeout for this round, this economic swing round right here, and we didn't even get to see what the plan was.
Yeah, fell to pieces. With 35 seconds left. There is no information gathering utility really that nobody has here to find out if they are in cave, but they've got their suspicions.
They certainly do. Especially as Howdong just runs around the rest of the map.
And surely this isn't the percentage played. Limited weaponry. Yampi wants to contact in. Nobody. It's just tucked. Perfect with it. Sprays them down.
The young man called Scream.
Got that hero rifle. No armor. By the way, 1 away from his ultimate though.
And they also haven't been loading ult orbs onto Scream this match particularly.
Yeah, he has to get this orb. This could be the opening that they need. Got it online. It should be an easy read, honestly. All you got to do is hold tab, look at the scoreboard, and you can see that Scream has been playing for that orb, and he's got it online now.
Yeah. And the rotate is already starting to come through. They should know that this is likely. And the Viper wall comes down as well.
Yep.
Can Scream be the hero that Team Liquid need?
Oh, EDG doing a good job of it. They put their own Viper wall up. Gonna start to fade down now, and that is going to be the go button for Scream. Wants to push forwards right in between pyramids, making waves on the map. He will eventually be dealt with though, and it's a great timing on top of it. Yampi uses the chaos of the situation, the chaos of the ultimate, to take a great fight.
Whoa,
and
got a shot!
Shut down Can.
Insane 1-2 play from Scream and Yampi. And they've got EDG sweating right now.
Yeah, it should have been an easy one for him.
How many times have we said that? What is this, the third anti-eco that EDG are about to lose?
One enemy remaining.
Again, Yampy just knows the right timings to take. Adam's too distracted, and there's your thrifty win. Team Liquid. Team Liquid's so dangerous on it, but now they've bought themselves that lifeline with the guns. Even footing, theoretically, in the round.
And EDG. This would be a heartbreaking way for the story to end.
Giving up the B site.
But how are Team Liquid going to get that read?
Oh, flash around the corner here. Yep. No command trying to split their way through. Howdong though, he takes a good angle. In fact, he just pre-fires it. Still running their way down, but it's life. He's still locking it down. No one cleared him out in the bottom of mid at that pillar. Nobody with a swing, and this fight has just gone all skew with.
Nobody gives away his life, though. Nobody gives away his life early on. And Howdong worried that there could be somebody over towards B.
Spike is in a dire position. Yampy has managed to gain a lot of space now. He's sitting and making his way at double doors. Make sure he can try and hold for his teammates back, but what can he really do? So difficult. He's got to push through there. 50 health is the late shot. Okay.
1 bullet left in the operator. 5 left in the headhunter. Does he go for it? The madman
wants to take the timing. Snake Bite vulnerable up. But it's EDG who are doubled up.
They're almost lined up.
Yeah, there are no risks really willing to be taken, including the Seekers being used just for the information. And time is running so low here at this point. The players could just survive from EDG. They have enough time. But if they go down to the double spray through, Yampy could just seal the deal and secure the round, but no, safe hands at the end of the day. Safe. Larry moment occurring.
You want to play, let's
going.
play.
Wow, lineup disrupted, I think.
This is the bounce lineup that allows for an exec into B, and nobody's seen it. You should have some idea that they're going to be pushing, but this may well be a fake. The drone not being used at the same time as the recon should give this away to EDG. There is no commitment off the back of this.
This is where the tension lies. Wall to try and split them away across. Team Liquid putting everything into this now. It's going to be that B split, but a Hunter's Fury cuts his way, and Kangang finds the opening, and a rifle at his feet still. Liquid will not be denied this space. Making their way onto that B site, the spike will start to go down.
Yampy's got such a great angle here. He drops off it though for a moment, and that allows life out.
Themselves into this post plant, and yeah, Yampy could be everything. All comes down to who can get damage done. The Hunter's Fury. This one from Dimisic. Any targets being found? Not quite. Can't clear it.
Scream is so weak using the operator here.
Anti-flash position, but he's got the angle anyway, and Yampy returns once more. And Team Liquid bring it to that OT.
The players are popping off down there. There's so... 3, 4 players for Team Liquid over towards B as Scream makes his moves over at elbow. Life with the
what
jiggle.
An opening. What a shot to find. One after the other. Still wants to take the fight. Howdong not wasting any time though in the mix.
It's a decent response, but Nevera got a span through the smoke.
Down.
Another span through the smoke.
And the players, Team Liquid. All in their sights. They know that Howdong was locked down there. It's down to Kanghang, and it's just an impossibility. What a rapid round for them. First 10 seconds, you're finding the impact, and Liquid.
Double doors A splits were working. Yeah. The split through mid to B was also pretty effective.
You muster that confidence to go one step further now.
Trailblazer used instantly at the round. It looked like nobody was going to commit his drone as well. That would have been every piece of defensive utility, or rather informational utility.
Yampy's lurking through halls again, and it's going to be that A split. This has been working for them. Flash to force the rendezvous back. Kangang to the back here of Yellow. He's in a dangerous situation. And look at that, nobody with the rotation. He's gone down. Another fight wants to be taken, but Scream will eventually meet his maker.
Yampy is so patient right now. He hasn't opened the door to help the rest of his team here whatsoever. He's waiting for a retaker that isn't coming.
He wants to play off the chaos that might be about to be injected into the round here, because this is everything now. With the door opening up, has to be eyes on it. Liquid do it! In a rapid fashion, a blink of an eye, it's over before you know it, and Edward Gaming are going to be sent home. They made waves in the East Asia LCQ, but at the end of the day, Team Liquid never lost in a group stage at these international events. They don't intend to start today.
Such tenacity shown from Team Liquid there to get through that final map. But that's got to be painful. for Edward Gaming. They've come so far, put Chinese Valorant on the map. It was an underground circuit, honestly, before they stomped their way through the East Asia LCQ. And After's just going to take part in a team huddle with life absent, unfortunately, as they get eliminated. And Team Liquid move on forward. What a game that is going to be. Team Liquid playing against Paper Rex coming up. Absurd match.
Correction as well. My earlier statement is Liquid. They've always made playoffs at these big events.
Absolutely.
They've always made it. So it would be out of the ordinary for them to go out in the group stage. But they buy that lifeline one step further. A tough match ahead of them.
Absolutely. And this game, after the first map was a flop from EDG and a flop from Light, I thought we might not get something this entertaining heading into map 2. And yet it delivered, going all the way into overtime, forcing huge stuff out of Team Liquid, who themselves are running a bizarre composition with the Phoenix that almost bit them. It almost bit them. And it would have been incredible to see that map 3, but Liquid deserved it here today.
There was a lot of emotion being showcased on every player's face here.